I'm going to try to keep this introduction brief because Paul is not the last presenter in this room tonight, and anyone that had the pleasure of being here yesterday knows that Paul has no problem talking at length. He's very passionate about what he speaks about. And so tonight you won't be here until 6:30, so he's going to try to pack this in as much info in a short time as we can. For those of you here that were here yesterday, you were treated to something maybe a little bit more than you thought you were getting yourself into. If you were here yesterday and you came back today, that's a credit to you. Okay, if the stuff that you heard yesterday scared you a little bit, today is going to really frighten you. But as I said yesterday, we're talking about high performance. My job, and I wasn't introduced, but I'm the strength coach for the Toronto Maple Leafs hockey team here in Toronto, and I've worked with athletes from the NBA, the NFL, the CFL, the NHL. I work with high performance athletes, and like I said to Paul, I said the stuff that we talked about yesterday, maybe it's not exciting or sexy all the time, but if you want to really achieve great levels of success with high performance athletes or high performance people of any matter or whatever they do, you're going to have to warm up to these facts sooner or later. You can learn about it now, you can appreciate it now, you can wait 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, you can wait till you're on your deathbed, but sooner or later you're going to have to understand this stuff. So one of the things, if you are interested in any of Paul's books, programs, etc., there are two Canadian distributors here at the show, Foremost Fitness from Toronto and Muscle Up from Montreal are in the exhibit hall. So without any further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Paul Chek.
All right, well listen, this is going to be probably a very different lecture than you might have expected to get at this conference, but the topic is high performance. And you can see in my title, anyone that really is achieving high performance is inherently high for man. Anyone that achieves high performance as a speaker, as a businessman, as an athlete, innately always evolves to wanting to help other people achieve that in their life. It's a natural spiritual progression that anyone that is successful goes through. We always want to share our successes. So high performance is the equivalent of being high for man. I chose this picture because in nature, it's high performance or death. It's simple. This zebra has a choice. Set the world record in the half-mile run and hope he gives up, or it's a she, but hope she gives up, or be dinner, right? That's high performance. And Mother Nature's designed that way. She's designed to eliminate the weak and to perpetuate the strong, because her plan is to always create something more beautiful. She does not have any interest in perpetuating weakness, laziness, or sickness. That's our plan, i.e. human beings. We're the ones that started that game. And we have to take ownership of that game as well. So my learning objectives in this very short 90-minute lecture are to recognize the benefits and importance of a holistic approach to achieving high performance. There's lots of non-holistic approaches to achieving high performance, but they're always very pointed. So you can use drugs to achieve a performance level in a given sport, but it could come at the cost of your liver. It can come at the cost of relationships. It can change your life forever. So if your legacy is to maybe set a record in the bench press or to win a Stanley Cup, but that's all that you want your life to stand for, then many of the high performance techniques that are being used today have some value. But if you want life after achievement, then you're going to have to think about a holistic approach to high performance. Okay? The question is, do you want to win the battle or win the war? Okay? We see all sorts of one-hit wonders. Somebody that, does well for a little while, then they're gone. There's all sorts of people that have done that. But the people that we really remember are people like Gretzky. People that were the best for a long time. And we always wonder, how do they do it year after year? Well, a lot of these people have mastered multiple areas of their lives, not just one. You'll see the people that are less interested in mastering more of their life typically turn to the quick fix approaches, because it takes responsibility, energy, and knowledge to master your life on multiple levels. We want to develop awareness of the subtle aspects and the gross aspects of man. Almost everything that goes on in medicine today, with the exception of modern energy medicine, is dealing purely with the physical body. Most of what coaches are doing and trainers are doing, with the exception of the more evolved coaches and trainers, is dealing with the physical body. How can I get you to run higher, jump faster? That's all physical stuff unless you get into what is driving the vehicle, the body. Once you get into what's driving the vehicle and the body, you've got to get into subtle things, things you can't see. Unless you're a clairvoyant, you don't see me thinking right now. Right? You don't see my words, you hear them. In order to really achieve high performance, we also have to get into the unseen factors of any individual's life. And the unseen factors are harder to work with because you can only work with them at the level that you yourself are developed. That's what puts the limiting factor on it. And when we start having coaches, trainers, therapists, and doctors that evolve themselves beyond the level of their clients and their athletes, then we will have more leadership and we will see more records being broken with less drugs and less one-hit wonders. Okay? There's an old saying, it's ancient, you cannot give what you do not have. Right? Sadly, today, most athletes survive their coaches and their trainers and make their coaches and trainers famous. But it's because they're amazingly gifted genetically and they have very, very high levels of determination. But if you analyze, if you get someone like Charles Poliquin or myself or someone that's very skilled at analyzing programs at a high level, I'm sure if you took 20 of the top athletes' programs and put them in front of Charles, he would wonder how they survived that. So we want to appreciate man as a product of the terrestrial or the earthly environment and the extraterrestrial or cosmic environment. Now you may notice cosmic is spelled with a K. Cosmic with a C only speaks of the material universe, the Newtonian universe. Stars, dust, dirt, and rock. Cosmic with a K speaks to the noosphere, the mind, the biosphere, all that's alive. Cosmos with a K is the holistic approach to the cosmos, and that's a Greek, an ancient Greek approach. So it includes things that we see and do not see. So when I speak of the cosmos, I speak of it with a K because the mind is in the cosmos, emotion is in the cosmos, spirit is in the cosmos. Okay? Life. The difference between a dead animal and a living animal is life force. As I said yesterday, that's Eve. The difference between a dead body and a living body is life force. That's in the cosmos. If that wasn't in the cosmos, we wouldn't be in this room. So when we think of what created us, we've got to go beyond the earthly and into the cosmic, because the earth is only part of a very, very, very large system. But most people get so locked up in this earthly existence, they forget that we're just a speck in a large, large universe. As a matter of fact, current scientific research in astronomy mathematically has been calculated that there could be at least 100 billion solar systems capable of maintaining life exactly like Earth. So when they look at the mathematics of the universe, they say there literally, mathematically, could be 100 billion universes and solar systems just like ours. Excuse me, solar systems, not universes. Could be 100 billion solar systems with stars and planets that would maintain life like this. But they're so far away that they can't measure them. They can't get there yet. But the point is, there's plenty of science to show that the chances of us being the only ones is almost non-existent.